Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, A. Gary Singh from Los Angeles, California. Our today's topic is COVID-19's recession to possible depression. In US, more than 70% people believe that economy is in recession and going to be depression. Let me talk about 1929, a big depression. There was only one big Great Depression in 1929, lasted almost 10 years. Unemployment reached 25% and prices fell more than 25% GDP and turned it negative. The stock market did not recover until 1954. Now, we will talk about 2020 recession to possible big depression. Ladies and gentlemen, let me go through this chart here. In January 2020, unemployment was 4%, but when the virus was started, then it grew to in February 7%. After that, people have to go to home. That about 23.1 million people are unemployed. Then it went to 14%. Right now, unemployment is 32% because people are staying home and they are receiving check from the government. If there is a continue 25% unemployment, not 32, then automatic stock market will be drop 50%. So we have to watch this chart very carefully. Thank you very much. We are working on a V-shaped recession is going on very badly. So you are the service industry from real estate to mortgage, insurance, all that. What is your experience now? How you work these days, and what you tell other people also? Okay, who's supposed to we do it? Let me go one by one. Gurpalji, you can do it. Say that something.
Okay, as you was narrating about the economy, so regarding the economy, there are so many factors involved, like the GDP you mentioned, the unemployment, and the inflation. Inflation right now is 2.5%.
Mhm.
Unemployment, according to labor board or labor commission, so they are saying is 10.7%
Okay.
unemployment.
Good.
I don't know from where they brought that number 10.7, but in fact, the way you said is more than 30%.
Uh-huh.
And you know about GDP, so it's in a mess right now, so. And what I will mention over here is this situation is even worse than our 1929 recession. In 1927, 1929 depression, the main reason was the unemployment. The unemployment was only 24% at that time, and 24% unemployment has created a fuss. The market has to go down, and we had the biggest depression. The same way, we have learned a lot of lessons since 1929. But to me, seems like we are again on the same platform where we are going to have a big depression.
Mhm.
Whether we will correct it because of our experiences and other things, so I don't know. That situation or the time will tell us, but definitely is leading us to the biggest depression, biggest recession. And the way now you mentioned about the real estate and all that, I think real estate is going to slump way down, because you go to any shopping center, the major departmental stores, they are closing down. In case like a store like JC Penney, a soup plantation, so they are the major player. In case they close down in a particular shopping center, what will happen to mom pop businesses? They will be turmoil. In a way, the commercial real estate are definitely going to go way down. Now, because of this unemployment, our residential market is going to be affected big time.
Yeah, right.
I predict, maybe I'm wrong there, so I should be wrong, but my prediction says the way prices have gone way up for the residential is going to go way down because of the negative impact of unemployment. Now they are showing 10.7 unemployment because they are giving unemployment and they are considering those people as employed. In fact, they are not employed. In case
Yeah,
the jobs are not there, so how you can say next year they
very
are
good.
going to be employed? They are
Very
getting
good.
a temporary benefit. Because of those temporary benefits are temporary earning. We are taking care of our households. But my point is, all those big players who got millions of dollars, they are playing in the stock market. Instead, market should go down, it's going up day by day. There is no logic. Why the
Yeah, there's
stock
no
market
logic.
is going up?
Yeah,
So it's leading to answer your question, it's leading us to a biggest depression and a big recession.
very, very much. Okay, we will continue to in the United States. I know about Canadian market too. Given
because there is a lot of immigrants coming in. That is what making a more demand. Yes, there is a little bit impact from the job situation that will reflect towards the pricing, but uh, in the last 30 or 40 years since I am in the Canada, I was watching the real estate industry like in early 80s, like it was down due to higher interest rate. Now interest rate is very low, like less than 2%. So that is making our industry is moving. Even like last 4 months, if I can see, our house prices are went 12% to 22% up in different region. It's not in one region, all region in Ontario. I'm talking about maybe some part of Canada too, like also increasing their pricing. That is what, from the real estate perspective, I believe that in Canada there is still demand for the real estate and industry, and it may keep up. Yes, maybe slow down in the market, as I can say. Today is like if I can compare either Toronto's market or even Windsor, smaller towns market, we have a lesser number of listings that will reflect more pricing. And maybe like if that comes down, even if the job market we can put it in the place, that will reflect maybe a little bit slows down, like more listings are coming in, that will reflect lower prices, because if supply and demand if goes up.
let me stop you here. Up to December possibility there, as long as the government is helping. What happen? Jobs, it's US market too. Agar jobs not here, then automatic fact US, Canada also there. Can you
No,
explain it?
that is true. That is why I said like there's unemployment factor is going to be playing a role. That whatever we had in a, before pandemic, we have like 5 or 6% unemployment. Now they are showing, the government figures are showing 12%. So it went double the unemployment. Even what you mentioned that we have some benefit is running towards the end of December. Rent reduction, rent support program run by the government that pays 75% of your commercial rent and 75% of your employees like incomes. It will more increasing the unemployment numbers. Otherwise, like it will stay there for a couple of months. Like maybe in next year we can see more jump into the higher numbers, as you mentioned, like 35 or 30%. That is if total impact is. But ਜਿਵੇਂ Gurpal ji said, like yes, in the commercial market there is going to be a problem of especially with the commercial buildings and all this stuff, because a lot of people are planning to run the business from, or the company said like you can run from home. So then that building, like if they have a 20,000 square feet, now everybody is running, they may need 2,000 square feet, 18,000 is going to be free. That is the problem comes to the landlord side, and then also it's going to be a problem in the reduction in price in that one. But
Yeah, right, right.
that is what my difference is between real estate, residential and commercial portion.
It will affect that. Okay, ji, Sarvjit Singh ji, I know this is a different issue, but you in the service industry, how you will give a guide us, insurance, all this area too, please.
So Gurpal Singh ji raised a good point how the economy is going up. The market plunged in March and till June 36 it went back to 36%. New York Stock Exchange is the largest stock exchange in the world because all the large companies are here. Though the economy went down, the reason stock market is going up because of the large companies like Apple, Facebook, Amazon, um, Microsoft, and Alphabet. ਇਹ ਵੱਡੀਆਂ ਵੱਡੀਆਂ ਕੰਪਨੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਆ, these tech people are still working. Economy ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਥੰਮ ਕੇ ਰੱਖੀ ਆ. Plus, the government stimulus package, $3 trillion, which has been given to the people, that really has helped. So household survey data in July, it showed that unemployment rate was declined by 0.9% to 10.2, and the number of unemployed person fell by 1.4 million to 16.3 million people. Despite the declines in everything, still ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ unemployment ਬੜੀ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ, right? So ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਵੀ yes, commercial real estate properties will go down because of this pandemic and because of the Zoom and the tech industry. A lot of people are able to cut their overheads and not rent out the bigger suites and all the offices and even the apartment buildings. Let's say if somebody finds a job in San Francisco, in Silicon Valley, and he's paying like $2,000 for one bedroom house apartment, and now the company's saying, oh, you can work from home.
Yeah.
People are more productive working from home than they were actually at the job site. So some of the apartment buildings and some of the large commercial buildings will definitely hit by it. So as you said, it may rise up to 35% unemployment. Let's see what happened after election. We'll see what happened after that. So it depends when does the vaccine comes out, and or will another wave come out, and there will be more lockdowns there. So as far as insurance businesses, my production is a lot more than it was last year because people are panicked. People they're earning money sitting home, the tech jobs and the retail market and the real estate and not the real estate, the liquor stores and the 7-Elevens, all these people are very busy. Their sales are like 30% up. So as far as people are realizing, oh, pandemic, this and that, fellow परमाणु तो डरते सीगे हुन कीटाणु तो डरदे आ, so people are buying more life insurance nowadays, and there's as Gurpal ji said, people are getting their stimulus package and investing into stock market. That's one of the reasons the economy is holding up, but we don't know what's going to happen next. But see, the government doesn't have money. He has written a checks, $3.2 trillion checks government has written, and government has no money, not at all. So what's going to happen? Inflation is going to go up, and the taxes are going to go up, and that will affect a lot of economy again in future, in America at least.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is my conclusion after this debate. Conclusion is regarding about recession, vice versa, depression. There is a great differences between 2020's conditions and as in 1929. We must consider three things: that depression will be mild, may be strong. We don't know. Number one, in 1929, 8 to 9,000 banks were closed between 1930 to 38. Withdrawal was continued, money shrink to the banks. But in 2020, it did not happen that because the monetary stimulus affected there, because money was with the unemployment, government did a lot of help there. Number two, in 2020, after a few months for coronavirus, deficit spending was continued to revive the economy. In 1932, after 2.5 years, government was just talking about to balance the budget that time. Number three, tariff. In 1930, government put a tariff on 20,000 imported goods. That is almost 25 countries also put a tariff on the US government goods also, like agriculture, other stuff. So that is the fact for that year also. So we must consider it. Now, let me say one thing more. It looks like okay until November 3rd, president election. Your future now depend upon your vote on November 3rd for 21 president who will be creating jobs in IT area, essentially manufacturing, and look after citizen safety. We must consider these things. Thank you. God bless you.